Are you taking any medication as a result of the defamation that you claim to have suffered?
I am taking 2 medications. One is losartan for high blood pressure, and one is Zoloft for, I guess it's an antidepressant.
And did you take that before these allegations came out?
No, that started in late January.
Okay. Have you been unable to work as a result of any mental issues that you're suffering because of this alleged defamation? Not that somebody's not letting you work, but that you can't get up and go to work. You understand the distinction?
Yeah, obviously there's a distinction, but in this case particularly, Vic is being forced to not work as well because people are firing him based on these accusations.
If I'm honest, of course I'm supposed to be, for the first several months, I found it very difficult to really do much of anything. I had offers from people to do certain things, and I found it very difficult to get motivated.
Did you do those?
Didn't sleep, I didn't eat, I was losing weight.
Did you do those things you had offers to do? Did you turn them down?
I haven't done them. I asked them if I could have some time.
Okay. All right. As I understand it, you may be seeking $1 million or more
No,
in this
sir.
lawsuit. No?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay.
I have not discussed any numbers of any kind of monetary anything.
All right. Do you believe that you've been damaged as a result of the defamation of Mrs.?
Yes.
Let me get the question out.
I'm sorry.
Right, that's all
I'm
right.
so sorry. Sorry.
Do you believe that you have been damaged as a result of the defamatory statements that you allege were made by the defendants in this case?
Yes.
Do you have can you put a monetary value on that?
No.
What would you need to know to put a monetary value on that?
If I may, Sean, let me answer by saying this. I didn't want to do this. I sat by for 5 months and let these people destroy me online. I didn't even know what to do. I literally did not respond. I did not attack back. I didn't even defend. I just couldn't believe it was happening for 5 months. And when it got to the point where I had lost so much, I realized that my only recourse was legal recourse. I wasn't looking for money. I wasn't asking for anything but to be left alone and to be allowed to have my career and my work.
What he just said is exactly why so many of us are supporting Vic right now. Yeah, his accusers accused him without any proof. That's obviously true. We gotta support innocent until proven guilty, right? But it's also because of the fact that these people have been attacking him for 5 months non-stop while he's doing nothing but spreading positivity. He even makes tweets urging people to not attack the people who are attacking him.
Has there been a drop-off in the amount of money that you have made in 2019 after these allegations started coming out against you?
Yes, sir.
How much?
I don't know. There's not a specific amount because you don't know. There are so many variables. You can't know. But obviously, if you don't go to an event, you're not going to do anything. So any time, going would obviously be different than not going.
The first incident with the woman that you had a kiss with, what's her name?
I'm allowed to. Is it okay if I say?
You say it, and it will be removed from the transcript until the court rules whether or not it should come out.
Okay.
And who was Miss?
She was an employee at Funimation.
And do you know what her title was?
I believe she was a translator or a checker. She would proofread and proof check subtitles.
And when was this kiss that occurred?
At least 3 years ago.
So 2019, so it's either 2016 or 2017?
It wasn't 17, so 15 or 16, I guess.
And you were an independent contractor at Funimation at the time?
Yes, sir.
And the kiss occurred at the Funimation offices?
Yes, sir.
And was it only one kiss?
Yes, sir.
Who kissed who? Or how about this? Who initiated the kiss?
I did. I asked her if I could kiss her, and she
And what
said,
did you say?
yes. Oh, no, actually, she said, close the door. And I went over and closed the door. I'd visited her every time I was at the studio. We You know, we'd been kind of flirting with each other and corresponding for quite some time before that.
And in 2015, you were engaged to Mrs. Speck, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
How long had y'all been engaged at that point?
We got engaged in, bear with me, let me do a little math. Roughly 7 years ago, so let's 2012, 2013.
Did you and Mrs. Speck have an exclusive relationship?
Yes.
Did you disclose to Mrs. Speck at any time that you kissed?
No.
After you kissed, did it proceed from there?
Did what proceed?
Your relationship, if you had one.
With no.
Why not?
I don't think either one of us were looking for any kind of a, you know, ongoing long-term thing.
And was there any other relationship, physical relationship besides that one kiss?
With Miss? No, sir.
No sex or sex-related activities? Anybody else at Funimation that was employed at Funimation that you kissed at any point in time?
No, sir.
So as far as you were concerned, it was a consensual kiss?
Yes, sir.
But it never went anywhere after that?
No, sir.
Did you text or email me after that incident?
I expect that we exchanged a few texts. Yes, as a matter of fact.
But she never pursued you after that kiss?
Well, not in any sexual way. Whenever I was in town recording, I would let her know, and we talked about getting together sometime or having lunch or something, but nothing heavy.
Right. And when Ms. Dimbo, did Ms. Dimbo explain to you what the allegations were, or she just give you a name and say what's the relationship?
Actually, she didn't give me any names, and I asked her, am I allowed to know who you're talking about? And she told, that was the point at which she told me their names.
Okay, but before she gave you the names, did she describe the alleged incident that the people had relayed to her?
Yes.
Okay, so with regard to what is your recollection of how Ms. Dimbo explained that interaction?
She said, do you recall going into someone's office at Funimation and forcibly kissing them?
Okay. And you knew at that point in time that the only person that could even remotely try and make that allegation was?
Well, I was the only one that I'd gone into a office and kissed.
Okay. If you're engaged to Ms. Speck, why kiss?
Because I made some mistakes.
So is that not the first mistake you made in terms of your exclusive relationship with Ms. Speck?
No.
How many mistakes would you say you made with Ms. Speck during the course of your engagement?
I don't know.
More than one?
Yes, sir.
More than 5?
Yes, sir.
More than 50?
I doubt it.
More than 25?
I don't know.
Did you have any more conversations with Ms. Dimbo after January 25th?
I don't remember if it was her, but at the end of that conversation, the first one, she said that they would be in touch with me. And I don't remember how much time went by. I don't think it was more than a couple of days. And they called me, and there was more than one person on the line. And they said, we've reviewed the situation, and you're being terminated from Funimation immediately.
That came as a shock to you?
Yes, very much so.
Did they say anything about why? Other than they reviewed the situation?
No, I was a bit dumbfounded.
And so there was no, we believe them, we don't believe you, nothing like that?
No.
Now, did you, was it anything other than you're terminated and that's it? Was that how the phone call ended? Did you ask them why?
Bear with me, Sean. It
Sure.
it was rather a blow.
Sure.
And I think I said, I've worked for you for 20 years. I can't believe, based on what you asked me about, that this is an appropriate action. And I don't remember them saying much of anything in response. And they're like, all right, bye. I mean, I was a bit dumbfounded. You feel like you've been hit by a truck.
If I worked for a company for 20 years and they launched an entire investigation on me based on some random tweet, I'd be pretty surprised too.
When was the first time you would say that you understood that Mrs. Rial was raising the issue of some kind of what she considered to be assault in one of your hotel room? When did you first?
You mean the assertion from 11 years ago?
Yes.
The first time I'm sure you have all reviewed the tweets and stuff. The first week or two, Monica made several very vague references online. I have a story, it happened to me, and people would ask, and she wasn't really very specific for a week or two, I can't remember. And it was during that period that I emailed her and said, I've considered you a dear friend for 20 years. I'm so sorry. If I ever did anything to offend you, please tell me what it was. I didn't hear back from her. And then a short time after that was when she actually published publicly her account.
And do you still hug and kiss your fans?
No.
No. Do you hug them at all?
They hug me occasionally, and it was funny because as this has been happening in the events that I've attended since then, I have never hugged anyone or asked them to hug me, but if a fan who's clearly an adult says, "Can I give you a hug?" I will look at my handler, who is right here, arm's length away, witnessing everything, and say, "Did you hear that she requested a hug?" And I will usually do kind of one hand thing.
And do you restrict that to adults?
Yes.
Meaning you don't hug children anymore?
No.
You don't kiss on children anymore?
No.
Do you agree with me? That's kind of creepy, right?
No.
Not creepy?
Not when they ask you.
I mean, is there an age limit in which a child can ask you to kiss and hug on them and you say that's creepy?
See, when you say kiss, it sounds like something sexual. But somebody who is kissing a child on the forehead or the cheek as a symbol of kindness or appreciation is not meant in any sexual way.
Besides yourself, do you know any 50-year-old men that kiss children on the cheek or forehead that aren't their children?
I'm sure there are many.
I'm just asking if you know one.
No, I never thought to need to keep a record of that. I don't.